Hi everybody and welcome back to another video. This is a bit of an overdue recap of some of the stationery stores that I visited when I was most recently in Europe. So I had done a stationery haul from when I went to Spain, which is where I picked up my beautiful traveler's notebook. This is my little insert from Paris, and I was going through my traveler's notebook pages and realizing that I hadn't yet done a little recap. So in my last video, I posted a haul of all the things that I got there, but I didn't really talk much about the store. So today, I'm going to show you quickly some of the things that I picked up and go over the few places that I went. So some of this will be a repeat from my last video, but if you want to see like a really in-depth look at the items that I got, you can check out that video. The thing about my last video is that I also included some stuff that I did not get in Europe. So today is going to be about all of the things that I got when I was in Amsterdam and in Paris. And I have a little gift from some friends in Germany that I'm also going to share with you today. So if you like videos about stationery and travel and fountain pens and journals and leather notebooks, then you are in the right place. I have recently rebranded from Time with Tata to just my name, Lori Ann Tata, where analog meets elegance. So sadly, there were a ton of stationery and pen shops I did not get to in Paris. We are just going to talk about one little stationery shop that I visited. Then I would love it if you left in the comments where your favorite stationery and pen shops are in Europe, or specifically in Amsterdam and in Paris. I would have loved to have been able to visit Appelboom while I was in Amsterdam, but we were there for a very short time, and I wanted to do something that was in walking distance that I could go to while my husband was working, which is how I ended up at PW Akkerman. Speaking of PW Akkerman, let's jump back in time and give them a visit. I finally made it to the store. I can't wait to walk through with you. I was especially impressed with their Mont Blanc collection. There's my beloved Jane Austen pen. I really love the vibe of the Robert Louis Stevenson pen. I'm not into the skull and crossbones, but I love the color and texture of that pen. They had the Monte Grappa Game of Thrones, which is always cool to see in person. So many of these pens that I think about and just see online, it is such a treat to see them in person. That was S.D. DuPont's Murder on the Orient Express. So cool. Some beautiful pelicans. That yellow one in person, that yellow tortoise is really beautiful. This is the Namiki section, and wow, these pens are just magnificent in person. Such detail, such beauty. They are pricey, but when you see them up close, you can gather why they fetch the prices that they do. I was so excited to see the Scribo from the Dutch Pen Show in person. You all know I'm a huge Scribo fan. They had a very nice selection of Scribos at PW Akkerman. This was the top level. You kind of walk into the main level and then go up a few stairs. I loved how they showcased all their Pilot inks that I just showed you. Now I'm in the basement area, and they had a whole section with all of the goodie bags from the Dutch Pen Show, and I was like having FOMO. There they are. I was having FOMO that I had missed the Dutch Pen Show. I so wanted one of these goodie bags. This is a Mont Blanc that's been on my wish list for a while. I have a feeling it's not going to make its way to me. But just a quick trip. This store was absolutely beautiful, and then I made my way back. Okay, so if anybody is interested, we stayed at the Apollo Hotel when we were in Amsterdam. It's a tribute portfolio hotel from Marriott. When we visited Amsterdam last year, when I went to the Dutch Pen Show, sorry, that glare drives me crazy. We visited more like the downtown area along the canal, I guess more of the touristy area, which the PW Akkerman, I think, was more back towards that area. We were staying about a 30-minute walk away. So it was a beautiful trip to Amsterdam. We had gorgeous weather. I'm always so fascinated by the amount of people who are on bicycles. It's really such a nice part of their culture. But the bikes do have the right of way. So if you're visiting Amsterdam, be careful. I can't say enough about PW Akkerman. My only hesitation here was that I was trying to save money for Paris, and one of the pens that I knew I wanted, I was hoping would become available back at Atlas, or I wanted to pick up in Paris itself, which is the Waterman Carene Reflections of Paris. You will see at the end of this video, it did become available. I'm going to do a nice unboxing for you, share with you some pretty black sparkly inks that I try it with. I'm also comparing it side by side to the Waterman Carene in amber that I have. So if either of those pens are of interest to you, be sure to stay till the end, and I'm going to do a full unboxing with some fun ink samples for that. As you could see at PW Akkerman, it was like eye candy. They had so many of the beautiful pens that I see online all the time, but I don't always get a chance to see in person unless I'm at a pen show. They had the bags for the Dutch pen show, and I was loving those little tote bags. And also there was a new leather that was released from Galen Leather at the Dutch Pen Show, and I came very close to buying one of those cases. It was really beautiful. So two of the things that I was really excited to get at PW Akkerman were these inks. And again, I did show these in detail in my last video. They were carrying Shanghai Stationery inks. As I had mentioned in my last video, I met the owners of Shanghai Stationery at the Dutch Pen Show, and I loved their inks, and I bought their inks, and then I lost the inks that I bought. So I was sad because of some of my favorite colors from the pen show that I had picked up. I rebought these two inks. I'm not sure if these were part of the first round that I had bought. I had gotten like smaller size samples. I got Queen Mother of the West, and I also got Deep River. Both absolutely gorgeous colors, and I do have some samples for you here. I went down to the restaurant at the Apollo to do my journaling in my traveler's notebook, but this one up top is the Queen Mother of the West, and then this is Deep River. They are both absolutely beautiful. So I'm so happy I got these inks. But funny enough, one of the things I was hoping to find at PW Akkerman that wasn't there, but since has made its way to me, are the two inks from the Bowtie collection from Landsiedel Fine Writing. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but I was hoping that I would find these two inks at PW Akkerman, and I'm not sure if they just weren't in stock or they're not carrying these items. Anne and Philip had reached out to me and asked if they could send me some of this once I got home. So I just got these inks last Saturday. I'm filming this on like July 21st, so it's been almost a month, and I'm so happy to have my hands on these beautiful inks. And actually, if you follow me on the Juicy Broads live pen show, Anne and Philip will be our guests on today's show. I'm not sure when this video is going to go live. It's either going to go live late Monday night on the 21st, I think that's what today is, or it will post on Tuesday. So definitely watch the rerun on Juicy Broads if you miss us live, because they're going to be there talking about this Bowtie collection. So I met Philip at the Dutch Pen Show. He actually worked on one of my vintage Mont Blanc pens, and he did such a great job with my extra fine 149 that I just adore, and he just made it a little juicier, made it a little softer around the edges. I love it. He actually worked at Mont Blanc for several years. Now he's a nibmeister, and he has this online store, and now he's releasing his own inks, and Anne is doing the artwork, and I just love the whole vibe of this collection. The color of the bow tie is actually the color of the ink, which I just think is so clever. Like the marketing and the branding for this is on point. So I filmed for a little reel, but I haven't posted it yet. But this is the Bowtie Flamingo ink, and this is the Bowtie Bunny ink. This is a really pretty summer turquoise ocean blue. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I love for the flamingo ink how the actual flamingo that they show is in like a lighter pink color. And then this is like the perfect flamingo pink, almost, you know, leans a little orange like that true flamingo color. And there is also some fun shading properties in here. I'm just so excited. So this is actually Bowtie Bunny, and it's number 1 in the series and number 2 is the flamingo. And I think these retail for $26 US. I will have a 10% code for you that Anne and Philip gave me, so I'll be sure to leave them in the link below. I don't know, to be honest, if their website is new or how new it is. I'm really looking forward to hearing their origin story on the Juicy Broads today. This is a 50 ml bottle. This is also 50 ml. So it's interesting because their bottles are much smaller, it feels like, but it says 50 mils. So this is what they look like with the packaging on here. So I was really excited because I went to PW Akkerman hoping to get those inks, and then I must have manifested it because they found their way to me. They also sent me a beautiful tote with the bunny on it. I'm just going to give a little plug for maybe the bow tie collection could have Sir Lumpy with a little bow tie. I'm just saying, I think he'd make a really cute ink. Let me know in the comments what you think. A nice little caramel color with, you know, number 3 Lumpy. I'm gonna put my formal request in when they come to the Juicy Broads. We'll see what they say. Okay, so next up, I went to a cute little shop in Paris. I don't have a lot of footage from there. There was a brand of pen that I saw there that I came very close to purchasing, but it was a steel nib. It was in like the $150 to $200 range. It was really lovely, and it was a little heavy for me, but it was a beautiful pen. And it seemed to be one of the store's best sellers. So I went to the stationery store Saint Sabine. I definitely stumbled upon this shop. My main purpose for being in Paris, as far as stationery goes, was of course to get my Louise Carmen notebook. I did order a new one today. I had a video conference with the shop just this morning, and I ordered a Magnum, the larger size, and I got it in London green, and I'm so excited for it. So I was really trying to pinch my pennies at all of the other shops. The women who worked there were outstandingly nice. They allowed me to test pens. They were very free-flowing, where they would just take a pen out of the case and I was able to test it, which is nice. I feel like that's such an important part of the buying process, and where so many of us order online, that's a step that we often miss. So I really did appreciate it. I ended up getting this pen from j.herbin. The English translation is The Tempest, which I thought was perfect because there was an extraordinary storm on our anniversary on June 25th. You can look it up if you want to see footage. Flooding everywhere. The restaurant we were at, we went to a lovely restaurant called Monsieur Bleu. Our tag from that. It was across the street from the Eiffel Tower. The rainstorm was so intense that the awnings ripped off of the restaurant. Everybody from outside came in. There was flooding everywhere. We had 9 p.m. reservations, and the storm hit at like 9:04. I swear. It was like something out of a movie. So I thought it was perfect that this was called The Tempest. It was a storm. This river blue looks so pretty in here. If you keep turning, it just keeps turning. So there was something a little off with the threading on this. So they were kind enough to give me a clear cap. So now I have the gray cap, and I also have just a clear one. You know, the section is gray, but I loved the clear demonstrator style of this. It's an eyedropper pen also. I don't have many eyedropper pens, and I loved the ink capacity that it had, and I was buying these giant bottles of ink from PW Akkerman. This retailed for $90, and they gave me 15% off, 10 or 15% off. They were so lovely. It's just such a nice afternoon. I went to a little thrift store in this neighborhood. We went to this beautiful shop called Merci, kind of like an Anthropologie. It had everything under the sun. So we did a big walking day. We walked past this beautiful Saint Sabine stationery store, and I went in. So I did not get much. Also at PW Akkerman, I forgot to mention, in anticipation of getting my Louise Carmen, I knew that I wanted to get some of the moleskin notebook inserts. So I bought those there. I ended up doing a little jump band. So I bought the elastic jump band also while I was at PW Akkerman. And I got the little moleskin inserts. So I will also mention that I did go to, of course, Louise Carmen. In case you missed my last video, you've missed any of my content lately. But this is the notebook that I got there, and it's just so precious to me. This is the Honoré size. I got it in the Brune, starts with a C. It's like a dark brown. It's one of their new colors. I had our anniversary date stamped here in gold, and then I had my initials at the bottom. I also got this gorgeous portfolio with it, which is also made out of leather. This is the Liberty, and this just slides right out. I got a camel colored one with my Magnum. but this is what it looks like. This one is really special. It's such soft leather. And then you can put, you know, any little stickers or ephemera in here in this pocket, or you could slide in another notebook. And then there are sections here for your cards. They give you an extra cord for the front of your notebook. I had mine in a burgundy, and then there's like a nice zip up top. Another little business card from Monsieur Bleu, the cord right here. And what's this? Oh, this is my luggage for JetBlue. So I have a few things that I still want to add to my traveler's notebook. I don't know what's in store for my traditional traveler's notebook in this narrow size, because I've been using these for years and they are beautiful. This is from the Love and Trip collection that was so special, and I was so excited to get this when I was in Spain because it had just been released. And I was able to get it while I was in Madrid, and the shop owner there was so incredibly kind. I didn't get the smaller size, but I think I'm selling off some of my traveler's notebooks. Specifically, I'm selling my diner collection because that is worth so much money on eBay, and I never opened it. I just figured, since I've been investing, and these are an investment. This is the Honoré. It has the elastics on the side. You can fit up to 4 notebooks in the Honoré. The Road Book fits up to 6 notebooks, but you don't get the pocket here. And I really like the side pocket on the Honoré because I can fit more of my little tchotchkes in there. They also have a great pen holder that's elastic that fit when I was in store. I was so excited because it fit my Aurora Volterra. I have like my little charms on the side here. I think the reason why these Louise Carmen notebooks are just so incredibly special is because they are so personalized. I haven't been on TikTok for years. I was never a big TikTok person, and now I think I've posted 8 videos about my Louise Carmen notebooks. I've done some DIY Louise Carmen notebooks. That is my next video. I am going to share my DIY process, and I'm also going to show you the leather shop that I visited in Paris as well to buy the hide, the leather for my DIYs. And then I think all of my Paris content will be wrapped up. While I had some nice natural lighting, I wanted to open this with you. I'm so excited. I feel like I haven't given my Waterman Carene in amber enough love. So I'm going to show that here today too. We're going to ink it up and do some writing samples. I ended up getting a medium nib for both pens. I know, boring Lori. I would have probably tried a fine nib with this, but it wasn't available because I had the medium for my amber. Thank you to Atlas for their amazing affiliate program, and thank you to all of you who ever use my link. Unfortunately, this is already sold out, but the Carene in amber, which is right here, the last I checked, which was this morning before filming, this was available, and it's a beautiful model. So let's open this up. I, of course, have already opened it. So beautiful. And here's what I'm so excited about with this. I'm going to move this to the side. I have a Mont Blanc that has a metal cap, and I was really hesitant to get this because of my experience with my Mont Blanc. As much as I love it, it's super back heavy. And I have to say, while this is lighter, obviously, writing with it uncapped, it posts pretty deep, and that makes for a super comfortable writing experience. So here we go. This goes pretty far. So it still feels so balanced. I love that the waves on the cap represent the Seine. It's just such a great memory of mine from my 30th anniversary in Paris. And they have a whole Paris series, Reflection of Paris. So you can get this in different models, but I do love the Carene. I wanted to show you my Mont Blanc, and this is the Glacier, and it's so beautiful. I mean, these caps that have all of this detail are really just so beautiful. However, this is really lightweight on its own. It just does not post far down. So when I hold it, it's just back heavy. So I end up writing with this like this, which is kind of a shame because that is just such a gorgeous, gorgeous cap. But I don't have that same issue with this. So actually, let's put them side by side. Shout out to my friend Galen at Fountain Pendulum. I bought this at Stationery Fest, and I love her pieces. It's just so simple, and I love it for just quick comparisons like this. Okay, so there is the Waterman, and here is the Mont Blanc. So see the difference in the length. So if you see where the cap is, it's just so much longer on the Mont Blanc. So all of that is kind of back heavy. You can even see it kind of leaning off here. I figured I would mention this because one of the things that really was a pro on this and unexpected was how nice it felt to write with this on its own. Now I just added another charm to my notebook. This is my DIY that has all of my ink stuff in it. So when I first got my pen, I inked it up with this color from j.herbin because I was like, oh, that's nice. It's a French brand. And, you know, I love that this is silver and gold tone. I love mixing metals. I liked how that looked, but then I'm like, let's go with black. So I tried this in this Waterman Intense Black, and then this is Mysterious Blue, which didn't feel very mysterious to me. It's a nice basic blue. So I went with the Intense Black. So let me show you a sample. My nail salon just called and my nails are like really growing out. So I am going to stop here. I'm just worried the lighting's gonna be a little bit different, but I'm gonna go get my nails done and then I will be back. I think I'm going for something light today.
Yeah,
be right back.
I actually feel like this is more of a before than an after. I had them take off all my nails because I've been doing so much with my journals lately, like putting charms on and stuff, and I feel like I just need shorter nails. I have not had natural nails in so long, so they're actually dip, but gosh, it feels crazy, but I'm so happy to have shorter nails right now. So as I said earlier, I used Waterman Intense Black. I figured I would try some Waterman inks. I actually got 2 Waterman inks recently in an Atlas Nexi box, which is like one of their mystery boxes. So I thought I would try it. Start by doing a sample with this. Then we're going to do a sample with the amber. And I will just show you the difference in the pens side by side. I've never noticed that little slit in the Waterman clip. That's really interesting. This is a very traditional looking pen. It has an 18 karat gold nib. The nib is also hooded, which is really unique and beautiful. Definitely a vintage feel to these pens, and it is a snap cap. So there's just that little click there. You don't twist off. Easy on, easy off. Let's compare the differences here. So in the amber, a lot of the detail and beauty is right there in the body of the pen, just gorgeous, as well as in the cap, where in the Reflections of Paris, we have just like a basic black. All the glitz and glam is in the cap. So let's do a little sample, and then we're gonna fill this up with a classic ink. I'm gonna actually post this because it is such a treat to be able to have a detailed, beautiful pen be able to post. I will say that I feel like this pen has a bit of a sweet spot. I've been writing with it quite a bit. And I feel like at certain angles, sometimes I get just a tiny bit of skipping, like nothing terrible. This is the Waterman Carene. It's such a smooth writer. It's kind of like a sailor pen where there's something very unique about the feel of this nib on the paper. You really feel the connection. It's feedback, I guess, technically. It feels like the nib is almost like heavy on the paper, and I don't say that like it's like dragging or anything like that. I just think you just really feel it. It feels like intentional writing here, which is so beautiful. I really, really love it. Do some printing for you. It's very juicy. I would say that if you are somebody that leans towards liking finer nibs, then I would definitely go fine on this because this is pretty juicy, and I mean that in the best way. Like, I love it. A couple of other inks that I wanted to share that lean black or are black but have some shimmer elements in it. I wanted to show Shogun, although this sometimes looks brown to me. But it's very dark. Yeah, maybe this is more on the brownish side. It has some shimmer in it, so I wanted to get in there with the shimmer. Almost looks plum here, but very nice. This is a j.herbin ink as well, Shogun. My husband and I are watching Shogun right now. I don't know if it's on Netflix or what. You can see the shimmer here. Definitely bronzy and beautiful. Another ink I wanted to showcase was this shiny black glistening ink. I went through a phase where I was trying to find a black ink that had shimmer, and I bought all these giant bottles. I realized I typically just write with a flat black ink, and now I have all these big bottles of ink. So I figured I would at least show some here, because if you're someone who likes black ink, but you want it to be a little bit more exciting, then these might be for you. So this is Colorverse Shiny Black. I think I bought this bottle at the Paper Mouse about a year ago when I was on my mission here. These will be interesting to see how they dry down. Oh, this nib is so nice. Oh, see, it just skipped a little bit. Let me know in the comments if you've found that your Waterman Carene has a bit of a sweet spot, or if you've experienced any skipping. It's not a lot. It's very infrequently, but it was enough that I noticed. I'm gonna start over here. I didn't leave myself very much room here. Shiny black. Also, just remember, if you're just tuning in, that the ink that I'm using out of my Waterman is intense black. Okay, one more ink, and this is an Atlas exclusive. I don't even know if they make this anymore. This is Iron Ore, Atlas Iron Ore. This has like a little bit of a silvery shimmer. Let me know if you know a black ink that has a gold shimmer to it, because I feel like that would be pretty with this pen. I have a bronze shimmer and a couple silver shimmers, but I don't have one that has a gold shimmer. This one almost looks like it's going to lean a little blue. There's also a Ferris wheel press. It was the first ink I bought, and I had such a bad experience with it because I had a Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and the little shimmer particles kept getting caught in the feed. And it was such a disaster. Stroke of Midnight or something like that. I love the ink too. It also has shimmer. Let's see these dry down. And when they dry down, we'll see the shimmer more. I don't know if Atlas is redoing, if they're restocking this ink. I don't think they are. But Stroke of Midnight, I think, is a comparable. It's a little bit more midnight blue. But I think all of these inks look nice with my Waterman Reflections of Paris. I mean, the black and silver and gold, you can really use anything, but I wanted to feature a couple darker inks. Ooh, and it just got really dark in my room, but we're still working on natural lighting here. And I just made a last minute decision to switch to this cocoa shimmer for my amber. I was going to do Brilliant Brown, but since we're doing all these fun shimmers, why don't we just go with it? Actually, Shogun would look really nice in here, but this is more brown, so let's do that. I don't know if you're seeing the shift of the light. I'm wondering if it's gonna rain because it just got really dark in here. I love cocoa shimmer, and I think it's perfect with this pen. I have a lot of fun with this amber pen because I have so many colors in this ink family. I have so many options. I think that's going to be beautiful. Okay, so I believe I have just, oh no. Do I not have a cartridge in here? What happened there? Oh boy. I guess I'm going to dip for now. Okay. You can actually hear the feedback. What do you all think of the style of the Carene? Is it too old-fashioned for you? It's not my typical pick, but it's such a classic, and it's so unique. And the writing experience is actually different, and I like that hooded nib. I think that color is beautiful with this. I have a bunch of standard international cartridges hanging around, so I decided to just take a blunt syringe and fill this up with my Cocoa Shimmer ink, since I don't know where my converter is for this. I think we're good. You can really see that shimmer now. That gold shimmer is beautiful. I love this match. And the ink hasn't gotten there yet. Wondering if I turn my light on, if we'll see more of that shimmer. Yeah, you definitely see the shimmer more. Wow, what a difference. But see, now I feel like we get a glare, so let's go back. I'm just such a fan of natural lighting, but then it gets pretty dark. Anyways, that is my souvenir. I didn't buy it in Paris. It is my reflections of Paris, and I love it very much. I will leave any links in the description that might still be available. And then once again, I used Waterman's Intense Black for this. So all of this writing here was from Waterman's. I feel so grateful to have done all the travel that I've done. So just a small little tour of where I went in Europe for my stationery this time around. I know there are so many beautiful shops in Paris for stationery and ink and paper and watercolors and all of the beautiful things, which is why I have to go back. You can leave them in the comments if you'd like to share, or if you've ever been to any of the places that I mentioned today, let me know some of your highlights from the trip. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more from me. Be sure to check out Juicy Broad so you can see Philip and Anne talk about their new Bowtie ink line. And let me know if you've picked those up yet. Try to put as many links as I can to the stuff that I mentioned in today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.